All of my motivators family, happy Sunday to everybody. I hope everybody is doing phenomenal, amazing, all of those things. I just came on for a little while to have a chit chat conversation with you. I haven't been able to be live because I was sick and all of those things. But anywho, I'm Marlene of Marlene Motivates, your channel for motivation, inspiration, positivity, all of those things. And today I wanted to come on and to talk about four different subjects. I'm going to give you like a little medley today. A little bit of a sampler of a lot of different topics. So if you're new here, subscribe to this channel, like, share this with a friend, a loved one, on your community tab, all of those things, subscribe. So first topic we're going to start talking about is balancing life and prioritizing yourself, prioritizing you. It seems to be very difficult in this life to adult and at the same time feel good about ourselves and doing the things that we need to do for ourselves. Hi, Joshua. How are you doing? It seems to be something that's so difficult. It seems to be so difficult to balance adulting and life and family, if you have children, working, doing everything that you need to do, and balance is the key to everything, everybody. Nobody says it's going to be easy to be an adult, but we definitely have to have balance in this life. We cannot let others, we can't let our relatives, you can't let your children, you can't let your spouse or significant other, you can't let friends, you can't let a job, you can't let other things take priority over. Second, hold on. It seems to be that it's one of the most difficult things in this life, and that is prioritizing ourselves, trying to do everything that we need to do as adults, as men, as women, as, children, as all, whatever you are to other people. Learning to balance this life. Life is not going to stop. Life will always continue and it will have to go on. We just have to learn. The number one thing that we have to learn in this life is learning to speak up for ourselves. That's how I want to start this discussion, to say that. We have to learn to balance in this life. Understanding that, yes, I have bills to pay, I have people that I care about, but also we have to learn the balance of learning when it's time to say no. It's saying no is a very powerful word, motivators. It's a very powerful thing when you speak up for yourself, when you advocate for yourself, when you prioritize you. Because if you don't know how to speak up for yourself, if you don't know how to love on yourself, nobody is going to ever do that for you but you. You have to learn as a woman. You have to learn as a man. You have to learn when it comes to jobs and your relatives and people in your life. Yes, they may be important to me. Yes, I do love them, but we cannot let the love from other people supersede the love we have for ourselves. See, that's where that balance comes in. Hi, Adrian. How are you doing? Welcome. I think that it's something we have to learn. We have to grow into. We have to learn to grow into saying, I'm important enough to say no. Like, for example, when somebody's doing something that we don't like, it does take courage to speak up and to say, I don't like when you treat me X, Y, and Z. I don't like that you don't show up for me and support me. I don't like that whatever, X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. Or on the job, I don't like that you always only call me when you want someone to work overtime. Because we love ourselves, motivators, we have to speak up for ourselves and don't let people run all over us and treat us disrespectfully. One thing, that's what I want to say, starting off this discussion today. Don't let other people run over you, because that's the easy thing to do in this life, because we know we need a job, yet because you may be in a committed relationship or a marriage, or you have your friends or your relatives. And sometimes the problem is that we're so busy people pleasing others that we don't even know, what do we like? What are we about? Sometimes we get so far away from our goals, from our light, from our happiness, from our peace, that there's no balance. I know I have been in that position many times because I didn't learn to speak up and set my boundaries from the beginning. From the time you begin any relationship, friend, romantic, with your relatives, on the job, we have to start off with boundaries. We have to tell people how things are going to be. And one thing that I didn't understand when I was growing up, I didn't understand how important that is, because it goes through our entire life from you're a child all the way until you get much older in your life. If you don't learn to speak up, open up your mouth and to say, you will not treat me like this and this. You must show up for me. You must communicate. Every single person is different. Every single person wants different things. But the balance in this life is learning what you want. Learning, and it was for me, I had to learn what I wanted, what I needed, what I deserved. And when it comes to balance in this life, many times we don't feel that we deserve certain things. It could be an indicator of our childhood, past romantic relationships, when people treated us like trash, or whatever the case may be. The most important thing in this life is for us to learn to advocate for yourself. Know that you matter. Know that you are important. And like my shirt says, you are enough. You are enough, more than enough. We settle many times. We settle with friendships. We settle with our relatives because we feel this is my family, quote unquote, because I must do this for them, or your spouse or significant other, or your friends. See, a lot of times we are giving so much love to others, but is that love being reciprocated? Is it being given back to you? Do you feel loved back? Do you feel encouraged? Do you feel supported? See, that's the indicator whether or not we are balanced in this life. And one way to really know if we're being balanced and prioritizing ourselves is we have to start looking at our goals. Are my goals being accomplished? Am I at a space in my life where I'm doing the things that I want to do because I like them, and not really doing things to make other people happy, or what they will think? What is going to be their interpretation? What, will they be happy for me or whatever? I had to learn for myself, and it takes a lot of strength and it takes a lot of courage to say, I don't care if you don't like what I'm about to do. I don't care if you don't understand it. We have to learn to love ourselves, learn to love our gifts, and to have passion in this life. If you don't have a passion, a drive, a desire, and a will to thrive, that's something I'm telling you from experience. I wasted many years of my life pouring into other people, loving on other people, supporting other people, doing so much for others, and always putting myself on the back burner. I don't have time. When it comes to you, they don't have time for you. Or they only have time for you when they want some money, or they want some advice, or they want something that you can give them. But now when it's time for you, now it's time for people to show up for you. Do you have those individuals in your life that will show up and show out for you? Or do you have the people that will clap for you? Do you have the people in your life that will encourage you? That's what's important in this life. And learning to realize, pay attention to people's energy, paying attention to what people do and not really what they say. Because yeah, while we like to hear I love you and you're valuable and all of these things, people show by their actions, by their energy, who they really and truly are. So people aren't always what they say, what they state, what they claim to be. It's just something that people say. People say they love you in order to get things from you, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, sexually. They say things so that they can put you in a position to control you, to use you, to manipulate you, and to hold you down and to hold you back from your dreams. And that's said from experience. I was held back from my dreams, but ultimately at the end of the day, that's an excuse. Even when people don't support us, do we have the courage to move on, to leave people behind? Okay, I've told you what I want. I've told you what I need. You can't provide that. It's time for me to go on and live my life. It's time for me to go on and to have joy. It's time for me to thrive. See, that's what it's all about, motivators, in this life. Learning ourselves, learning to have courage from within and have a drive, a burning desire, a passion for our life, and having enough courage every day to wake up and to choose ourselves. And that's harder than it seems, because we all go through things. Every single person as a human being, we all are facing something, emotionally, mentally, financially, spiritually. Everybody is dealing with something. And it's hard for us to get up over and over again and be excited about our life and to love ourselves when we feel very discouraged. Hi, Trina. How are you doing? Welcome. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for the likes. It's so hard to wake up every day and to keep a positive attitude. It's very difficult because the way this life is set up, the way this system is set up, the way people are set up. It used to be many years ago, people would just be so kind, even something as simple as you go out and, hi, good morning. These days, you go out, people walk past you, okay? People walk past you, they give you a snub look, they talk about you behind your back, and these people don't even know you. I'm talking about the people who don't know you. It's difficult to deal with other humans on a day-to-day basis, much less to take all of other people's negativity, all of their whatever drama and foolishness that they're going through and dealing with, and then learning to balance our own self, our own issues, what's going on in your world. So I just wanted to encourage anyone who needs to hear this message today. You're valuable enough. You're valuable enough to not be used. You're valuable enough to not be taken advantage of. Remember, you are enough. If nobody tells you that, you are enough. And I speak that from experience. I speak it from my spirit. I speak it from my heart. I speak it from the things that I have been through, because I know of a time where I felt like I was nothing. I felt like I was very low. I felt like I was nothing. I was not important. I was not special. So whoever needs to hear this message, even if other people may make you feel that you're nothing, it doesn't mean that you aren't. It just means they have their own issues. It means they have control problems. It means they have issues from their past unresolved. They could be a very immature person, controlling, selfish, a combination of all of those things. But never let other people be in control of what you think about yourself. Never let the outside, never let what's going on the outside, what's going on with your relatives or friends or job, your financial situation, your health, be a reflection of who you are. See, no matter what is happening, life still goes on. You still have to go on. Do not let other people stop you from being you. Don't let anybody stop you from using your talents and your gifts. Don't let anybody stop you from your gifts and your blessings. What is meant for you is meant for you. You have to have enough power, courage, and control in order to see this is meant to be for me. Don't let other people stop you from being yourself. Don't let anybody stop you from being yourself unapologetically. Don't try to change. Don't try to be like other people, especially on this thing called social media. We're not always going to be everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. We're not always going to be liked, and that's okay too. But the question is, do you like yourself? Are you happy with yourself? Are you in a space in your life where you free yourself, where you have healed and forgiven yourself from everything that you have done? Maybe when you were immature. Maybe when you didn't know about your power and your light from within. Maybe when you didn't realize your worth. Maybe you didn't know and think that you have something to do and to be in this life. Yes, every single one of us has something to do and to be in this life. So grab hold on to that. Take some notes. Write down, what is it that I'm good at? Am I good at this? Am I good at that? You know, we each have to actualize our own potential. Nobody's going to put that out there and say you're this and this. If you do, that's really a gift. That's a wonderful thing. If you have people in your life that will actually put it out there and to say, you know, you're amazing, you're phenomenal, you do this and you do that. Finding support in this life is rare these days. Thank you so much, Trina, for the thumbs up. Yeah, it's hard to do it. Yeah, it sure is. Hey, Realist, how are you doing? Welcome. Hi, 20CH. Thank you so much for the like. Happy Sunday to everybody. So that was the first part. That was the first topic, talking about balancing life and prioritizing yourself. Now let's go on to the second part, knowing when to leave. Knowing when to leave. Okay. So there's a lot of toxicity in this life. There's toxicity on social media. There's toxicity within romantic relationships. There's toxicity within friendships. There's toxicity on the job. There's toxicity on social media. Toxicity is everywhere. Everywhere you look, where there are people involved, there will be toxicity. Hey, Boss Life Online, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Hope everybody's doing amazing on this Sunday. So I wanted to say that everywhere we go in this life, there is going to be toxic people. There's going to be controlling people. There will be demanding people. And we have to realize that. We can't change them. You know, I tried that for a long time. I thought by me showing up as a kind person, showing up, being more loving, being more understanding, being more patient was going to help other people. Yeah, you may be a good example, but don't think you can change people. You know, every single human being, woman or man, whether you're mature or immature, has choices to make. And we have to understand when a person's trying to take away our choice of having peace, our choice of using our gifts, a choice of wasting our time. Don't let people waste your time, your effort, your energy, your resources. Don't do it. Take your power back. Take your control back. We have to know when it's time to leave certain individuals. Okay? And the first part I want to talk about, we have to know when it's time to leave a job, you know, a business, whatever it is that you do for your income. We have to know when it's time to say when. And don't get me wrong. Don't say Marlene said I should quit my job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we have to know where we're not elevating, we're not growing, we're putting in all of this work, we're never appreciated, there's no thank you. The more that you do is the more they take. We have to know when this is just not working for me. I'm just never going to be happy here. There will never be peace. And that's something that I had to learn for myself, because sometimes we may be so busy doing work, but it's not our life work. I don't know who that resonates with, but it's something that I have been thinking about a lot lately. We could be doing this amazing, you know, have these amazing talents, amazing gifts, and we're putting our gifts on the shelf and prioritizing other people. We're helping other people to get ahead, whether the business or whatever, and we're never allowing our light to shine. to shine, to not allow ourselves to be our best. We're not using our gifts. And you never get to a space in your life where you experience freedom and peace until you allow yourself to know what it's like to just be you. Just be me. Just do what naturally comes to me. And I'm telling you, from going from a space where I would just settle for anything. I would settle for anything. I would settle for anyone. I would let people do whatever they wanted. I would let people talk to me any type of way. I knew I didn't like things, but I was not a person who was confrontational. I didn't like to confront things. And we think sometimes that just by saying nothing, that's how we get peace. No, you have to show people you're going to respect me. You don't have to be cussing out people or screaming or any of that. It's just a simple thing as saying, you will not talk to me that way. I deserve to be respected. We have to show people how we think about ourselves. People will run over you and take advantage of you as long as you allow them. Will you allow them? Will you allow that job to take advantage of you and use you for probably your education, your skills? Or will you pour your energy, your time, your resources, and your talents into doing what naturally comes to you? See, I want to speak to your head and I want to speak to your heart. I know there's somebody out here who needs to hear this message because it's a message that I received almost 3 years ago. And that was that you have the right. You have the right to walk in your gifts. You have the right to be your best and happiest self. You have the right to do everything that you need to do so that you can be okay. See, sometimes we have to give ourselves the permission to let go. We have to give ourselves the permission to say, you know what? I should go for it. Put your foot on the gas and follow through. Yes, sometimes what we try to do, it may not work out, but at least we know we tried. That's what's important, motivators. Try. Make a plan. Work it out. How is it going to work? For anything to work and happen, we have to have the guts. We have to have the courage to say, I'm going to try. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give it 100. At least I know that I tried. See, the same cannot be said for a lot of people. They may want to do something and they may talk about it. They talk a good talk, but they don't walk the walk. They talk about how much they love themselves, how much they care about themselves, but they refuse to let themselves step outside of the box and try something new. Oh, thank you so much, Blaze. I appreciate it for the gifted membership. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. That's truly appreciated. Blaze says, peace and abundance, Marlene and everyone in the building. Hope all is well this Sunday afternoon. Yes, there's absolutely nothing wrong with choosing yourself. You only get one shot at this life. Yeah, only one. Only one. Yes. So welcome to the new members for this month. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, give yourself a membership. Thank you, Blaze. And to everybody who is there, make sure you check out the member-only content. So I wanted to say this to everybody. Know when it's time to leave. And we all know what that means. It's going to be different for every single person. Sometimes it's leaving jobs. Sometimes it's leaving relationships, friendships, where you may be the friend, but they're not a friend to you. Sometimes it means not walking away from relatives, but giving them some healthy boundaries. Sometimes we are not giving people healthy boundaries. We're not telling people, X, Y, and Z. I love you. I care about you, but I can't bail you out every time. I can't continuously give you my money and my car and my this and my that, or I cannot give you my mental health, which we'll be talking about mental health in a little bit. We have to let people know how we feel, and we have to back it up. Not just say how you feel, not just, go through it complaining about it, but being courageous enough to say, you know what? I'm going to tell somebody how I feel. Think about it. Write it down. Come up with a plan. And then tell people how you feel. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel more confident when you let people know this is the expectation. Can you meet this expectation? If not, please don't waste my time. Please don't waste my energy. Please don't waste my heart. Okay? Don't. Because I'm not the one. Until we speak up, until we prioritize ourselves, nobody else is going to do that for us. See, we have to walk in the manifestation of our life. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to not only say who we are, we have to show ourselves, and we have to show others. So when somebody is doing something that's off, that's not in line with your values, your goals, your expectations, the boundaries that you've put out there, that's when you go, hey, you did X, Y, and Z. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it, and I won't tolerate it. That's how you show people you love yourself. And that's when you know when it's time to leave. Sometimes a person may be just having a bad day. But other times a person is so used to you not speaking up. They're so used to, they'll be okay with it. They'll make a decision without even asking you. They'll say, oh, yeah, you're available. Oh, yeah, you can do this. And then we just say, well, okay, well, I'll do it anyways. No, don't let people treat you that way. Don't let people make decisions for you. Make your own decisions, okay? Know when it's time to leave, where respect is not being served, where love is not there, where you don't receive support, and where you're having some mental health issues because of the way they treat you, the way they talk to you, and because of all their drama, you start getting some issues. Don't let other people take you down. You have to know when it's time to cut the umbilical cord to certain people. And sometimes cutting the umbilical cord may be for your own children. And it's a very hard thing to tell your child that you care about and you love. I love you, but I love myself too. Now you're grown. Now it's time for you to make some better choices and decisions. But I can't always bail you out. I can give you emotional support. I can even give you some spiritual support, but I cannot always give you financial support, or I can't always show up for you, because now is my time for me to show up for me. See, I want to say something to all of you motivators. When you know better, what do? You do better. See, sometimes we may have heard about what we should do. We may have read about what we should do. We may have heard other encouraging, positive things. We've read it in books. We've seen, in poetry and affirmations. We read positive messages all the time. We're always bombarded by messages. But the difference, motivators, is when we hear these messages, when we read these messages, now how do we apply it to ourselves? When we hear a positive message, now how do you apply it? See, we have to make it personal. It has to become real. And if something is not real for ourselves, what's the point? I had to learn to not just talk about I love myself. For me, I had to learn what's love in action for Marlene. What's love in action for Blaze and for Gio and Roxanne and Dawn? What's love in action for you? What do you need to be happy? What do you need to be supported? What does Realist need to be happy, supported, and loved? We have to find out what makes our mind tick. What brings us peace? What brings us joy? What's our gift? Because everybody has been through different things. Every single person. We all have had different issues. Every single person. Every single person has gone through something. Every single person has had some drama. has had some life issues. But the question always is, do we allow our issues? Do we allow our past? Do we allow other people to cause us to go crazy? Or do we say, mm-mm, don't let those crabs in the barrel take you down and drag you down. Don't let people stop you from your gifts. Don't let people start to affect you to where you start developing some physical ailments and disabilities. Because whether we believe it or not, when people say and do things to us, we absorb it. We take it inside of us. And if you don't let it out by talking about it, exercising, going to a therapist, doing some healthier things to release it, we'll keep it inside. You'll start eating that pain, by eating literal food, or doing self-harming habits, thinking that ignoring it, pushing it to the side, hiding it, not wanting to talk about it, that's not going to help us. We're only harming and hurting ourselves. As mature, motivated, and encouraged people, we know better, we do better, and then we act better. Act better, okay? See, maybe in the past, maybe from your ancestors, like your parents, maybe some aunts, older people within your bloodline, when things would happen and it would make them feel uncomfortable, oh, you ignore it, you get angry, I don't want to talk about it. But no, communication is the key. Communication is the key, and when we are feeling some type of way about what somebody does to us, what they say to us, we have to know how we feel. Know how you feel, motivators. Know how you feel, and know when it's time. It's time for me to go. I'm not growing here. My mental health is getting messed up. You're trying to take my money away. You're making me physically ill. You're disturbing me spiritually. You're stopping me from my progress and my joy and my dreams. And we can't have that, okay? Yes, you do better, Boss Life Online. You do better. That's what we're supposed to do. When we know better, we do better. And Blazes, honestly, I've made the mistake of pouring from an empty cup a dozen times over and over. And sometimes I still do it. But it's definitely something I wouldn't recommend doing. You're only hurting yourself. I've come to the space in my life when I'm feeling some type of way. Say I wake up and I'm very tired. My first question always is, why am I tired? Is it because I didn't rest? Or is it because I'm doing too much for others? See, now I know myself. I pay attention to how I feel. I pay attention to what I'm going through. What have I been doing? See, a lot of times we'll be doing so much for others, doing. You're doing this for this person, doing this for that person, and they could care less. They would never do the same thing for you. They would never be supportive, encouraging. They would never back you up. But here you are, steady, doing all of these things for other people, feeling that they love me so much. No. Sometimes, unfortunately, motivators, people love you because they can use you. They love you because they can control you. They love you for what they can get. Because the majority of human beings are selfish. It's all about them and what they want. So they don't care if you're tired, if you're worn down, if you're drained, if you're going through certain issues, whether you have the money or you don't. They want what they want, and they want it now. But we have to know ourselves. We have to know what we want to do, what we like. Is this something good for me? We have to start having those conversations with ourselves. And we have to stop thinking about the loyalty, being loyal to kids and friends and job and this person and that person. And those same people are not loyal to you. When have they showed up for you? When have they checked on you? When have they encouraged you? When have they said, what can I do to support you and help you so that you can be your best? See, that's love. And the majority of people out there do not experience real and true love. Being unselfish. I'm here for you. This is nothing to do. What can I do to make you happy? What can I do to support you? What can I do to help you to get to your goals? See, that's a difference. And if you don't have people like that in your life, you need to slow down and back away from them so you can get into your purpose, so you can get into being at a space of peace in your life. Remember, we're worth it. You're worth it. Yes, Boss Life Online. You have to practice new messages and say it out loud and write it down. You do. You know, that's something that I had to learn. It was not something I grew up. I didn't grow up with healthy self-esteem. I didn't grow up with, a lot of things. I had to learn that I was valuable. I was valuable enough to be consistent. I was valuable enough to not procrastinate. I was valuable to say things and to keep my word. I had to learn to work on being an honorable person, being trustworthy, being dependable. Sometimes we'll say things, oh yeah, I'll do it, and then we don't do it. So can people trust you? Can people believe you if they don't know? One day you say this and the other day you say that. See, those are things that we have to work on about ourselves. Everybody has something that they need to work on. Every single person. It makes us human. But will we have enough courage to know what we need to do and then to do it? It's a big difference. So know when you need to leave. Know when you are in spaces and places to where you're not growing. Sometimes you can go around and people's energy will be completely off. It's nothing but negativity, or you can sense people and just evil. You can sense the controlling people. You can sense the drama people by what they do or they say, their body language, so many things. But when you see how somebody is, what are you going to do about it? That's the question, knowing when to leave. That includes social media. That includes your relatives. It includes friends, jobs, prioritizing ourselves. I prioritize me because I'm valuable. That's what I want you to say the next time someone is doing something that you don't like. I prioritize me because I love me. I respect me. I'm loyal to me. We have to learn that balance of not trying to be other people's friend and never getting friended. It's not selfish to say I deserve friendship. I deserve to be thought of. I deserve to be asked, is everything okay? Because I give that all the time. Or whatever it is that you give. You may give this certain thing, but are you receiving it back? Are you asking for it? Have you put a stop to how much of your time, your effort, and your energy you give to other people? That's the balance, motivators. That's the balance. Blaze says, I can easily say no, but there are certain things I can't turn around and walk away from. Even when I'm at zero energy, things still got to get done, and there's no one else but me. Yeah, there's certain things that we still have to do, but it's the levels. We don't have to do it at 100%. We don't have to do it to where it's perfect towards us, because that's something that I had to work on. That was a personal issue. I had something like perfectionism. Dishes needed to be washed, but they don't have to be washed how Marlene needs them washed or how you need them washed or whatever is your thing. There's certain things that we like to be a certain way, and we don't want them to do it. So, but at the same time, we complain while we do it. So we got to make a choice. Let others do things, learn to designate things to other people. It's okay. I had to learn, I got to take my hands off the wheel. I cannot be the driver, and I cannot be in the back seat enjoying as well. You got to make a choice. There's certain things you got to get in the back seat and let somebody else do it. Designate, give that to somebody else. We can't control everything. Hi, Angela. How are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hey, James. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Yes, I understand. Everybody gets pulled in many different directions, but you got to learn to prioritize yourself, and you got to learn what's important and what's not. See, a lot of times I thought things were important They weren't important. We just make things, they're important to you, but it's not something that has to be done. We want to do those things. Yes, yes. Definitely agree with the social media aspect, whether it's YT or IG or Facebook. You got to be mindful when it comes to content consumption. It can be addictive and it takes a toll mentally. Yes. You have to be careful where you put your energy, what you listen to. Yeah, I know that social media is for entertainment, but I had to start learning to ask myself, why am I entertained by that negativity? Why am I entertained by that drama? Why? Not very good, right? Hey Shay, how are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Happy Sunday. So like I was saying, everybody, knowing when to leave. We have to know when to leave. We have to know when to walk away. We have to know when our mental health is not doing good around certain individuals. We have to see where our finances are being subtracted from every time you're around them. They want, they need, they have their hand out, help me, help me, help me. That's not good for us. Okay? Know when to leave. I hope this hits somebody because it was a very important part of today's topic. Knowing when to leave emotionally, mentally, physically. Sometimes you have to flee. Like you have to run away from certain people because they will break you down. Being around certain individuals can cause you to become unalived. Being or associating yourself with certain individuals can cause your soul to be in danger. Do you all hear me? Your soul can be in danger being around certain individuals because they're evil by nature. Be mindful, everybody. It's not a joke, it's not a game. There's certain individuals we cannot be around. We cannot, because it's going to be at the sacrifice of our soul. I'm just the messenger. Don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger. Okay, let's go on to point number 3. Take care of your mental health. Who needs to hear this? Take care of your mental health. I know I, for one, was an individual where I was the yes woman. I yes to everything. I supported everybody. I was there for everybody until one day I literally couldn't anymore because I wasn't in a good position. I was sad. I was grieving. I had lost my job. So many things were happening to me all at once. You know, sometimes we have to lose everything, and sometimes we have to lose everyone. Who is this message for? Sometimes we have to lose everyone. We have to cut ties with everyone and move our mindset. We have sometimes literally have to move to a completely different physical location so that we can be well. Because being around them, their energy, the complaining, the controlling, the doubting, they're just poisonous to our spirit. They take us down. They break us down. They make our light very dim. They mess up our energy. They make us feel like we're hopeless. They make us feel like we're nothing, and that's not the case. Certain people, because they're natural complainers, they complain about everything, and this is going wrong, and this is going wrong. When other people aren't the problem, they are the problem, but they won't be accountable for that. So you have to be careful about who you associate with. You have to be careful with who you share your time, your energy with. You have to be careful who you tell your dreams and your goals to. Because trust me, not everybody that comes around smiling in your face is happy for you. Sometimes people are coming in to listen. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good, so that they can go and steal it and go and do it before you do it. Go and steal that title, go and write that book, go and try to use your talent, which they don't have. You know, I'm not trying to come for anybody, but everybody has different gifts, and your talent may not be mine. Mine is not yours. Everybody is different, but we have to know where we thrive. And I'm in a space and a position in my life to know where I thrive. I know my lane. Marlene knows her lane. And I'm like, nope, that's not for me. See, and since then, my mindset has been better. My mental health is better. I'm at peace because I know what is meant for me and what's not. I know what makes me feel good. I know who takes care of me because I can tell by their energy. The energy shows up way before somebody opens up their mouth. Their energy, they could say, oh yeah, I'm here for you, but they come in just the darkness, the evil, the cloud, everything, what they talk about. So a person could come as a wolf in a sheep's clothing, but if we're mindful, if we pay attention to the energy, if we listen to what they talk about, who they talk about, how they show up for us, and other people, we will really know, are they really who they say they are, or are they a wolf in sheep's clothing? A lot of times we see lots of wolves, they're out here devouring, or people who are snakish. You know, that's my term. Snakes slithering in the ground, ready to lunge and attack and to release that venom. Grab onto somebody and release their poison. And that poison is in the air all around us. The people, social media, is within our own families, it's within, sometimes it's your very own spouse or significant other, your very own friends, your relatives, your family. That the poisonous negativity, you know, and it's usually the people that we care about the most, the people that we love the most, that hurt us the most, that will challenge us, that will tell us that won't work out, that's stupid. This, and this always has something negative to say to try to get you down. Remove yourself from those people. Do not let them affect your mental health. Don't let them stop you from using your gifts. Don't let them control your life. Don't let these crabs in the barrel, these snakes, these very low vibrational, low energy, negative, evil, wicked people get you down. Stop you from being your best. Don't let them. See, we got to take care of our mental health. See, that's something that I had to learn by a process of elimination. See, one day I came to the point where my mental health said, okay, I see you're not going to face this. I see you're going to ignore the skeletons in the closet. There's certain things you cannot ignore. If you're hurting, if you're going through something, you got to be a woman or man enough to face it. And just say, I'm hurting. I'm sad. I'm going through X, Y, and Z. And that's where having the people that you can trust, the people that you can lean on, the people who will encourage you, the people who say, hey, this is what you're doing, dummy. And I'm grateful I have people like that in my life. They'll tell me when I'm making dumb decisions. They'll tell me when, no, that's not you, honey. That's X, Y, and Z. You gotta have the right people in your life that will tell you when that's not your fault and when it is. Because sometimes we can't see it because we're blinded to certain things. We can't see it. But somebody on the outside, they see it all. If you have good people, they're gonna tell you, you know, you slow down on using your gifts, or you're doing too much for this person or that person. Don't let other people give you mental health breakdowns. It's not worth it. People will have you unalived. People will have you in a mental hospital, rocking back and forth, shaking, talking to yourself. Just because you wouldn't say no. Just because you wouldn't have enough courage to shed those tears and cry. Just because if you wanted to scream at the top of your lungs, but you got to release. You got to release whatever it is, how you release it, whether it's your meditation, whether it's your prayer, whether it's journaling, it's giving back, going outside, getting some exercise, whatever it is that you need to do. But you got to do that so that you can be okay up here. Because when we check out mentally, we can't do anything. You can't do anything when you have checked out mentally. You can't function. You're nothing without your mental health. So that's why it's vital that we take care of our mental health. Okay. Yes, my soul was in danger, but God. Yes, Shay. Blaze says there's only a handful of channels I tune in into here on YT. There's so much content out here that's nothing but digital street poison. The content creators are the pushers, and you're the fiend. I can 100% relate to losing everything and everyone, having to start completely over from scratch. That experience did a number for real, but I'm never going back into the abyss. I know that's right, Blaze. And I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of everyone who has the strength, has the courage. It's not easy. It's not easy when people we care about abandon us, stab us in the back, talk about us, don't support us, aren't kind, whatever, or when they show us who they truly are, that they were really a snake or a wolf in sheep's clothing or whatever, or they just don't care about us, they're not supportive. When people show us who they are, have enough courage to believe it. Don't keep lying to yourself and telling you, oh no, it's okay. Oh, they love me, because they tell you they love you. No, they love to use you. They love to control you. They love to know your business. And when you stop giving them that, and then you really will find out who people really are. Okay. Now we're on the fourth point of this 4-point medley. I'm doing a little medley today. And this next title is, what are your red flags? Everybody has different things that are red flags for you. Let's talk a little bit about red flags. For me, red flags are hot points, things that get you like to see red, like it really upsets you. It's very upsetting. It makes you angry. It makes you want to cut people off completely. So what are some things that are red flags to you? For me, a red flag is a person who's disrespectful. When you tell people about your boundaries and they won't respect it, they'll say, oh, that's not important. No, that's not important for you, but it's important for me. So a person who will not respect you as an individual, they won't respect your opinions. They won't respect your boundaries. And we can't have that. We can't have that. Blaze says, Shay Love, it was a fight to escape it, and it's still an everyday struggle to not go back. But as long as I'm above ground, I'll always fight. Keep your head up, Blaze, and everybody who is here, anybody who is watching on the replay. I know that it's not easy. I know that there's things that we endure every single day that people don't know about. Physical, financial, mental, spiritual. We all are going through things, issues in all relationships in our life. We all go through things, but don't let other people stop you from being happy, okay? So what are your red flags, okay? For me, a red flag would be that they're always asking, but they're never giving. That's a red flag for me. If every time you call me or you talk to me, it's always, can you do? Can you do? Can you do? And they never ask you, what can I do for you? They never ask you, are you okay? Can I do something for you? Or just, I was thinking about you. Simple things like that, checking on you. If it's only one-sided, that is a red flag. It can't always be somebody calling you or only talking to you or coming around you when they want something, or they're nice to you as long as you can do for them. Have you ever been around certain individuals and you've done what they said, the saying back in the day, 2011 times? The 2011 times you've done so many things for them, and the one time you can't do something for them, now you start hearing how mean you are, how nasty, and they don't like this about you, and you were never nothing. It's amazing to me how people will turn on you. People will turn on you the moment you can't do one thing for them. Maybe you're having a bad day. Maybe you can't afford it financially. You just can't for some reason or another. If you have a very loving person, they will tell you, no, get rest. It's okay. Next time, they'll want you to take care of yourself. But somebody who doesn't care about you is all about what they want because they're selfish, because they're needy, they're controlling, they're a user and a taker. They care nothing about you. So that's a red flag that we have to pay attention to. And one thing that I want to say to everybody, whether you're in a romantic relationship or not in a romantic relationship, a big problem in relationships is money. You know, money is a source of contention. It brings a lot of, whether it goes from your sibling to your spouse or significant other to your friend to whoever. Money is always an issue. So it's so important for us as mature, motivated, and encouraged people, mature human beings, that we talk about certain things. Don't wait until you get somewhere and then say, oh, I thought you were paying. Communicate. Okay, we're going here, who is going to pay? So you don't get to the wherever you go somewhere and then everybody's looking at you for you to pay for everybody. That's where communication comes in. And for me now, I have learned lack of communication is a red flag for me. I'm always going to ask, who's going to be there? How long are we going to be there? What is going to be the cost? Who is going to pay for what? All of those things, because where there's communication, there's not going to be a disruption. There's not going to be any guessing. I need to know. And I understand that not everybody is very good at communicating. Some people are really bad at it. I'm not saying that I'm the best at communication, but I try to not only be a friend to others by asking them things, asking for support, but I have learned by having really great friends and mentors, when you are going through something, you need to tell people, hey, can you help me? Let's do that, motivators. When we need help, learn to ask for it. Not from everybody, but from the right people, but from people who have supported you and had your back. Ask for help, okay? This is the last red flag I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to read some of the comments in the comment section. But this is one of the major red flags that I wanted to say, and it really irritates me when you don't get support. And there's many ways you may not get support. It's not getting mental support. Like if you say you're like going through something, maybe you're grieving a loss, you're very sad, or maybe you're dealing with a health issue and nobody ever asks you, are you doing better? Is today better? Can I help you with anything? For me, that's a red flag when you tell somebody how you feel and it's nothing, because there's a lot of people out there, when they find out you are in need, when you need something from them, they're not willing to do that for you because it's all about them and what they want and what they need. They're not willing to help you or support you. So leave those spaces, okay? Leave those spaces to where you're not growing, you're not healing, and you're not getting to be who you deserve to be. That's something that I had to say to myself. It's something that I had to learn as a woman. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to ask for the things that I need. If I need something, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. And if something upsets me or offends me, I need to speak up and say, I don't like when you do X, Y, and Z. The first time I give somebody a pass. The second time you get blocked. Peace. Permanently blocked. Okay? That's what communication is for me. Blaze says communication is absolutely a crucial component for any relationship, romantic or otherwise. So many issues could easily be resolved or avoided entirely if people just talk to each other. And it doesn't happen, does it, Blaze? It doesn't happen. And so many people, the issue is a lot of times that people make assumptions. They make judgments. They feel that they know. They've already made a decision. They're listening to other people who have no idea. They've guessed, they've assumed, they've heard. they know nothing. It's all lies and gossip. So if I've learned that when people I hear things about myself from other people, we can't stop people from thinking how they want to think. If a person wants to be there, if a person wants to care for you, if a person wants to support you, they will. If a person doesn't, they won't. And you just say sayonara, arrivederci, bye. I have learned that when people leave your life, it's the best gift and blessing you can ever receive. I used to think before that when people left your life, it was something very sad and disappointing, but it's not. One of the best blessings and gifts you can ever get in this life is when people leave your life. You're like, bye, and I'm so happy you left. So now I can be myself. Now I can have peace. Okay. One red flag for me is a person who has diarrhea at the mouth, a person who talks too much and gossips. A person like that can't be trusted. Yeah. I always say, all you have to do is sit back and listen to people. What do they talk about? Who do they talk about? My mother used to always say, what a person talks about. If a person talks about other people, it's only a matter of time before they start talking about you. So, yeah. If a person it feels comfortable to talk about others in front of you, they will feel comfortable to talk about you in front of other people as well. So we have to know that and realize, don't let people run over us and think that things will be different with you. So I hope this discussion has been helpful and supportive to someone, to anyone, balancing that life and prioritizing yourself. Prioritize yourself. You are enough. And knowing when it's time for you to leave, knowing when it's time for you to walk away, and saying that I deserve better. I don't have to settle. You don't have to settle in any relationship, romantic, platonic, workspace, whatever. When you know your power, when you know your light, when you know who you belong to, if a person can't appreciate you and love you, they don't deserve to have you in their life, okay? Know that and believe that from the inside of you. Another one is take care of your mental health. We as women and as men, we have to prioritize our mental health. So for those of you who have suffered or are still suffering with some mental health issues, ADHD, schizophrenic, bipolar, or just experiencing maybe some depression. I know we're about to go into the part of the year where the seasonal depression begins. Seasonal depression is a very real thing when it gets cold, or when you start thinking about, certain people aren't around in your life going into the new year. I know I experience it every year because my parents' wedding anniversary is in October. So October is usually a pretty hard month for me because I really miss both of my parents a lot in October. So I do get very sad. I do feel down, but it's important to give yourself the time to feel that way and then to lean on other people. Take a break. Sometimes take a day off and just spend some time on yourself. Sometimes we just need to rest, get some sleep. Sometimes go for a walk or go and do something that you enjoy, whatever that may be. Remember, you are valuable. I want you to remind yourself and affirm that inside of yourself on today. I am valuable. I am worthy. I am important. I matter. I have value in this life, even if other people do not see the value in me. It doesn't matter if they do. Do you see your value? Hi, DJ Vibes. I see my value, but do you see your value? That's something that's important as women and men. We have to learn to stop looking for love, looking for validation inside of other people when you first have to affirm your love for yourself. You have to first show love to yourself. You first have to value your opinions before you can show up in this life for other people, and not the back way, because the very unhealthy, the very toxic way is we will expect love from romance, love from friends, love from relatives, loves from other people, but we won't give ourselves love. No, no, no. We're not doing that. Every day we wake up, you know, I really want you to say that out your mouth. Every day you wake up. Today I wake up and I rise with potential. Today I rise with ability. I confirm my love for myself. I confirm it. Confirm your love for yourself every day. I wake up and today I am strong. Today I am courageous. Today I'm going to take my challenges and turn them into opportunities. It's all about our mindset and our focus and what we allow ourselves to think about ourselves. There's always going to be problems and drama and issues, and we can't stop that part. But what we can do is be our best. What we can do is shine our light brightly. Use your gifts. Don't let anybody stop you from using your gifts and being happy. Be happy for yourself. Be happy for yourself. Know yourself, love yourself, and remember, use your gifts. Whatever that gift is, it doesn't matter what if other people like it or they think it's valid or important or useful. What belongs to you belongs to you. Use it. Have enough courage to use your gifts. Okay? And when we use our gifts, we have peace. When we use our gifts, we have joy. When we use our gifts, we brighten our light. When we use our gifts, we show up with very pure and positive energy, okay? So let's not allow this life, let's not allow other people to stamp out our joy. Don't let anybody stop you from your gifts or grabbing out and taking hold of your blessings. See, what is your blessing is yours. I can't take that from you. Don't let other people take away your blessings. Don't let anybody stop you from telling you that's not a blessing. You know what's meant to be for you. You know. Don't let anybody talk you out of your blessings. Don't let anybody block you from your blessings. So you can have something right in front of you. You can have something right in front of you, and all you got to do is reach out and take it. But we'll let a person who's low vibrational, a person who's toxic and whatever, tell us, oh, that will never work. That's not for you. And we'll just turn and walk away. You'll turn around and walk away when you're right at the finish line. You're right there. You're right on the precipice of success. You're right there. All you have to do is grab out. Reach it and grab it and take it and say, this is mine. But you got to believe when something is meant to be for you. You got to believe. You have to believe. Say, this is mine. This is my gift that I've been hoping and wishing and praying and working on. I've been working on me. I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. I love me and I know me. I've humbled myself. I believe in my talents and my gifts. See, these days, I know how to be a good friend. I know how to love myself. I know how to protect my health. I know how to protect my peace. I know that joy is my possession. It belongs to me because joy starts inside of me. You better believe it. Don't let anybody stop you from thinking that about yourself. Thank you all so much for tapping in, for tuning in. I hope that something in this message is something that somebody needed to hear today. I hope you all needed to hear how valuable you are, how important you are, how smart you are, how important you are, and not letting people use you and take from you. Don't let people take from you. Cut them off. Cut off the users and the takers, the crabs in the barrel, those low vibrational, those using, those evil people. Cut them off and move on with your life. We can't move on to what is meant to be for us if you're letting people grab onto you and waste your mental, financial energy and potential. We can't get to our potential if you have people blocking putting all their negative energy and vibrations and their drama. No, gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta know when it's time to walk away. Hey, Estab, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. Appreciate every single one of you that have tuned in, that has tapped in. Thank you, Trina. Boss life, I'm very tired, but I'm good. Yes, real is positive only. That's so true. All this beautiful positive energy, I feel it in the chat and live stream. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Yes, today I am strong. Yes, you got to speak it over your life. Yes, Boss Life Online, I am worthy. Yes, Boss Life Online. Yes, I see my value. You got to see it. You got to know it, and you have to believe in yourself. I know that it's not easy, because I know when those bills are coming, when you may not feel good certain days, when your mental health may be disrupted for a moment, maybe the moment where you got fear knocking at the door. Don't open up that door to that fear. That's where your trust, that's where your faith comes in. Believe in that. Okay? The time to have your faith is in the struggle. It's in the struggle. Not that we don't have faith every day, but especially when you doubt and you fear, that's when you say, I can't do this. This is not mine. I got to give this to above. This is not for me. Yes, arise above your circumstances. Yes. You know, I wanted to say this before I get out of here. You are not your circumstances. I want to speak this over everybody's life. You are not your circumstance. So if you're going through something right now and financially you're struggling, right now you're not able to do what you used to health-wise. Maybe you've gotten older, or maybe you've developed a health problem. Maybe you don't have it like you used to financially. Life changes, situations change. Maybe you're sad. Maybe you're going through loneliness and depression. Maybe you have just closed yourself off from toxic relationships because you were being used, and you say, I don't deserve that. You don't. Don't let people run over you and take advantage of you. You don't deserve it. And yeah, sometimes knowing yourself and loving yourself, it can be sad, it can be lonely, it can be discouraging, it can be all of those things. But you just stay busy. Maintain your peace. Keep working on yourself. Keep healing. And cling to people who support you. Cling to people who love you. Cling to the people who will check on you when you don't even ask. Okay? That's people who care about you and love you. Hold on to those people. Real friendships, real people who love you. A great romantic relationship is not something to take for granted. Yes. Hi, Sean. Yes, walk through your fears. Bring it on. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. Don't let anybody stop you. Before I get out of here, I want to say stepping into our new week. We're going to go into our week knowing our worth. We're going to go into this week knowing that we can shift our mindset. When something negative comes to our mind, we can automatically dismiss it. Say, no, negativity does not lie here. You got to go negativity. You have to go fear. You have to go doubt. Because I'm not doing this alone. I'm being supported. I'm being supported by the Spirit. I'm being supported by people who love me. I'm being supported by a loving, motivational community. When we get down, sometimes we have to remember those thoughts right there. I'm not alone. Even though sometimes we feel like it. Remember that the next time you feel alone, you feel that you're the only person going through that, there's a community of people who care about you. There's a community of people who may be praying for you. There's a community of people who are hoping for you. Get up over and over again. Keep rising. Keep rising and shine your light brightly. I'm Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and you tuned in to your dose of positivity. I appreciate every single one of you for supporting me, supporting this live stream, supporting this channel. Thank you so much to Blaze for the gifted memberships. I will see all my members. I'm going to do a member-only live stream. I'm not sure whether it's Tuesday or it's going to be Thursday, but it's either one. I'm going to do a member only live on either Tuesday or Thursday. So shout out to the members. I'll see you guys on Tuesday or Thursday night. I'm looking forward to that. Yes. Hi, Sean. I really appreciate, shout out to all my mods that have been holding it down. Thank you so much to all my channel members. I truly, truly appreciate every single one of you for your membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I truly appreciate all of you from the bottom of my heart. And to all of my subscribers, old and new, you are welcome here. We are a family of motivational people. We want to encourage, we want to elevate, we want to stay enlightened. I want you to be enlightened. I want you to be strong. And sometimes, unfortunately, to be strong, it means that we got to leave and walk away from spaces to where we're not encouraged. Walk away from places that we're not supported. Walk away from places that we're used. Walk away from places where we're not supported. Because we deserve better. You deserve better. You are valuable. And what does my shirt say? You are enough. And I'm going to leave you all with that thought. Remember that as you go through this week, I am enough. I'm Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and you know what we say over here. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate all of you, and have a great week ahead, and I'll see all of my members back for a member motivation either Tuesday or Thursday night. I'll see you guys then. I'll put it on the community tab and we'll talk about what title and all of those things. So I look forward to seeing my members on either Tuesday or Thursday night. Everybody have a great weekend, rest of your weekend, and a phenomenal week ahead. This is Marlene Motivates, and I'm out.